versus healthy. It is a debate that goes round and around and around. Can you be fit and unhealthy? Or can you be healthy and unfit? Well, joining me now is Aaron McKenzie from Origin Energy. He's a man who is pretty much both fit and pretty healthy, to discuss whether there is actually something to this. And to get things kicked off, I need to put you in the same level of, I suppose, involvement as me. I'm going to define the two things. Physical fitness is defined of two types of things. There's general fitness, so that's just being fit, and there's specific fitness, so that's where you train for a certain event. Healthy, on the other hand, is where you have a functional and a metabolic efficiency to live life to your fullest. That involves a person's mind, body, and spirit. So now that we are all on the same page when it comes to defining fitness and healthy, Aaron, is there a difference? Can you be fit and unhealthy?
Definitely.
So, okay, you need to give me slightly more than that, mate. So when we say that, what do you mean? So these people who train and look physically fit, and you would walk up and say you must be the healthiest person on the planet, can actually be quite unhealthy.
Yeah, they can be.
In what way? So how can you be unfit?
So for example, you might have people that train for a specific event and they have a very fit looking body and they have a high physical output, but they might have chronic joint pain, they might suffer from adrenal stress, so they might have a kind of a hardened look to them.
Yep.
They might rely on stimulants to get through the day, so coffee and sugar, just to get their energy levels up and just to push through the morning.
I just had a double shot macchiato. He's talking about me. No, so this is the whole concept is these people are very fit. They look like this, but they're actually quite unhealthy. They're too lean. They've got that rigid, hardened look. A lot of the time, they've got joint problems. They've got problems that make them actually quite unwell. They get injuries.
Yep.
Can you be unhealthy but also fit?
Unhealthy but also fit, definitely.
So in what ways?
So if you had all of these physical characteristics that could fit in with that, and then the other way you could be healthy and unfit.
Right.
For example, like you might not necessarily have the ability to perform an event like with high physical output, but you might have the ability to adapt to all different types of other stresses. So for example, emotional stress, or just in your relationship, or just work stress and stuff like that, just day-to-day things. And your biomarkers of health and disease might actually look pretty good, but you might not be able to go out and run a marathon.
Right, so there's actually quite a blurring between the lines, and they're very separate things, being fit and being healthy, because the classic example is the guy who's a little bit soft around the middle but says, I can run a mile, and ultimately he might actually be quite a healthy human being but not necessarily fit. Do you have any tips when it comes to people getting the ultimate goal here, which is being fit and healthy?
Definitely. I think, moderate exercise, training, from moderate to higher intensities and lower intensities, and really listening to your body when you train.
Yep.
So, for example, you might train 5 days out of 7, but only for, even 30 minutes a day, and just keeping it simple and making sure that those intensities aren't always really high, so they're not too taxing on the body. And then you can also, if you wake up and you're sore, don't train, have a rest day, just chill out, it's a lot healthier than people that are addicted to exercise, or just really hell-bent on getting a certain level of performance that they just push themselves through and often end up with, repetitive joint injuries.
And a lot of people have reached that point where it's actually a physical appearance thing. People get confused by this because they think if you look actually well and you look fit that you're actually healthy, but the reality is that's not always the case.
Definitely. You have pseudo-health, so the appearance of health.
Yeah.
So someone might look very fit and healthy, but on the inside they're really struggling, and they're struggling to get through the day. So they
And so these are obviously some of the negative effects of excessive training and trying to get to that point where you potentially look like this, but you're not necessarily doing your body, your joints, your overall mental well-being any favours, and therefore you're not healthy. Aaron, thank you for your time this morning.
No worries.
I feel like I need to go and do some push-ups or something. Stop drinking so much caffeine. Back to you guys.
That woman doesn't even look real, does she? She doesn't even look real. And I think a lot of people would be put off by someone that looks like that.
But Aaron...
I would be, actually.
Aaron looked fit and healthy.
Yeah. But, how much effort goes into that? Wouldn't it be better just to live?
Might be her work, her life.
Sure, maybe I'll die a week earlier, but, I'll die happy and, lazy and having not wasted too much time on exercise and good food.
And having not ever sustained an injury through excessive exercising.
I don't have to worry about exercise injuries. And also, the other way I'll die will be completely comatose through alcohol.
Oh, so, it won't be the mob chasing you?
No. Well, they won't have to chase very hard. I'll just fall over. I must get away from the mob. Oh. So anyway, as long as the mob come armed with nice Pinot Gris.
Yeah.